What's up, internets? Welcome to War Table Podcast episode. I don't remember. We're actually doing another one. It's Game Awards prediction time, baby. I'm here with my good friend Kwai.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm alright. I'm excited to do this. Game Awards are tomorrow, so we're doing this a bit late, but it's coming anyway. Coming in hot, off the cuff, just doing it. I love it. Super duper excited. How you been?
Been doing pretty good, just working mostly, getting some game time in every now and then.
Very well.
What have you been playing?
Not much lately. Oh wait, except a little game called Devil May Cry Special Edition. Oh my god.
Oh, how's the Virgil?
Oh my god. It's so fucking fantastic. He is by far the coolest character in video games and easily my favorite character to play in Devil May Cry 5. Hands down. He has only 3 weapons, but the use of all of them are just absolutely fantastic. He's just so swag. He's just swagger. He's just pure swag and coolness. Oh, the combos, the beautiful combos. Virgil is such a badass. Dante has nothing on him. He has a certain move.
Except all the times he gets his ass kicked, by him. But...
It's always a narrow victory. Always, it's just barely. But Virgil has this really badass move. It's back forward slash with when you have Yamato.
You know what wasn't narrow? Nero so whooping his ass.
That's because he was going easy on his baby boy.
Yeah, then at the end of the cutscene, he's like, yeah, I can still fight while he's stumbling around.
But he also had just fought Dante, too. So Nero kind of had him on the ropes from the get. Come on. Can't play me.
Excuses.
He has Vegeta syndrome, okay? Vegeta's also the most badass character in Dragon Ball Z, but guess what? He always loses. Because he's just too cool to win. That's what intelligence does to you. It makes you lose. Because look, it's Goku and Dante, 2 of the dumbest bricks on the planet, and guess what? They just kill everything. But I digress. We're getting way off topic. But I've been playing that, a little bit of Smite, and then Call of Duty with my wife. And tonight it also happened to brick hers and another friend of mine's consoles on PS4. I was playing on PS5, and Activision slash fucking who's making this? Which one is this? Ravensoft? No, Treyarch and Raven. Whoever is doing zombies slash multiplayer, you need to fix that shit. Like when I say brick, I don't mean blue screen. I mean the blue screen of death. Corruption data. System corruption data. I had to restart both PlayStations. It was
I expect no
terrible.
less from a Treyarch game.
Fair enough. But other than that, I've been playing shit. Just waiting for Cyberpunk to get here tomorrow. How about you?
A lot of people might remember me talking about this if you watched the games you want to come back. I've been playing some Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. That's been really fun.
Classic.
Streamed some of that. It was a train wreck. But haven't really played that much actually, besides just today I booted up some games to pass time for Cyberpunk, because I'm sitting on the main menu right now, waiting for the podcast to end. But I played some UFC 4 and some Watchdog Legion this morning. That's about it.
Very well. I mean, we really are both just kind of waiting on Cyberpunk. I know you were telling me, as you just said, just waiting on Cyberpunk to drop, and I'm waiting for mine to come in the mail, so...
It's already dropped. I'm on the main menu right now.
Oh, must be nice. Must be nice. Well, I had to save $10, so I bought mine off Amazon, so it'll get here sometime between now and tomorrow at 8 in the morning. Or 8 p.m. is the latest they'll deliver, so we're really hoping it doesn't come that late. But then again, I also have 5 kids, so it doesn't really matter. It could come at fucking noon. I'm probably not going to play it till at
You gonna try to stream it?
I don't know. I really have to check all the Twitch bullshit, and I also was thinking about doing a playthrough on YouTube.
If you don't stream you creating your character, you can create your character then start the stream, because I think after you create your character, you'll get the option to turn off the copyrighted music.
I don't really care about so much the music. It's more of the nudity aspect of it. The whole making your dick however you want. And I know there's sex in the game and they show titties, and I have no Have no idea what other genitalia is floating around that game, and I know
I
YouTube
mean,
is a
you
big.
you had like almost 1 million people on Twitch like streaming it, like almost 1 million views.
Yeah, yeah. I might. We'll see. We'll see. Because as I said, I don't care if they take down the music. Like if I'm going to stream it, I probably won't capture it anyway, and no one goes and watches my VODs. But we'll see. Because also, as I said, depends on what time I'm even done. Because I will be streaming the Game Awards tomorrow. Also, just live reacts and hopefully getting a lot of cool stuff. So here's how it's going to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go through the categories, how it's listed on Wikipedia, which is the same that's on the Game Awards, from top to bottom. And then for spiciness at the end, after we get through all the categories, I'm just going to spitball a few ideas I think might pop as in announcement-wise. This such and such will have a release date. This will get a real trailer. This will get this DLC and the etc. 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 Yeah, caught you off guard with that one, didn't I? You ready to get going?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to win.
All right. We still have yet to decide what the actual bet is, but we'll figure it out and let you guys know. So we're going to start off with Game of the Year, and the nominees for which are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2. And I'm going to go off right on the limb right here and just say it's Last of Us Part 2. For me, personally, hands down, easily my Game of the Year. And 2, I also think because this is the press / critics choice version of the Game of the Year, they were not divisive like the regular fan base was. It is Game of the Year for the critics also, which is why it's going to get Game of the Year here. What do you think?
So, as someone who plays a bunch of indie games, I was really happy to see Hades up there, and I was really sad to see some of the other amazing indie games not get, any nods. But for the same reason you stated, I also have Last of Us 2 as Game of the Year.
Yeah, come on, it's
I
just a
can't
monster of
argue
a
with
game.
that, because while Ghost of Tsushima did get Player's Choice over
Another good
Last of
game.
Us 2, I'm not thinking about this of how I think who should win. I'm thinking about as a more critical standpoint of like everything of who I think like the big how
Your
big jury
IGNs, your
like reviewer
Kotakus,
would think,
and
and I think I'd have to give it to Last of Us Part 2
For
with all
sure.
that in mind.
Which is something crazy because I was listening to our podcast earlier. You know what the highest rated game on Metacritic is that came out this year?
Xenoblade.
It's Persona 5 Royal, which is crazy to me. Because it's the same year as Last of Us, and Last of Us is no slouch. I'm pretty sure it's sitting in the 90s. I'm not going to go check anything crazy right now, but I still find that funny. So, we both agree, Last of Us Part 2, easy. As a matter of fact, I should probably take notes of what we each say. So when the things win or lose, or if we're both wrong, we know who's getting points. So, uno momento. We'll move on to the next one, and I'll take notes after. Alright, best game direction. I'm going to go from left to right and then down, right? We weren't going to go straight down. Okay, just want to make sure. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and Last of Us Part 2. And this is a pretty divisive one for me. I'm really not sure.
You want me to say mine first?
Go ahead.
For this, I went Ghost of Tsushima. For like pure like game direction, I think they did like a really good job. Like from what I've seen and what I've listened to, I obviously haven't got a chance to play it. But the way the game just like flows like all together, I think is really good overall. Well, which is why I have it over something like Last of Us Part 2, which is very linear direction instead of like very open,
And the HUD
like
is
more open
also
all around.
yes, and I like the whole very minimalistic HUD. That's for like more technical, but like it's that the actual way it looks. I also want to say it might be Hades, but I still think I'm going to have to go Last of Us.
You can't say Last of Us for every answer. You're not gonna win.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, I might be, to be honest.
I mean, this is a
But
hard one because you can't go wrong with any of these. All of these are great games, and their directions that they shoot for, and all of them are great.
like, Game of the Year is a little bit easier because you know it's not going to fucking Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but you also have to look at it in the sense of, okay, if they're going to give Last of Us Game of the Year, they're not going to give it every other category they're in. And then that same token, they're not going to want to give Ghosts because that was Player's Choice, a whole bunch of other ones. At some point, these other games have to win. So is this where Hades takes a nod? Or is Best Game Direction, is this where Final Fantasy gets some? Because Final Fantasy's in a lot of these, but I don't think it wins most of them.
So you're going for Last of Us? Is that your final?
For game direction, yeah, I'm going to
Yes.
go Last of Us.
Okay. So you got Last, I got Ghost.
And oh nope, I need a comma. Ghosts. All right, next is best narrative. We have 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Since I went first last time, I'll let you go first this time.
It's best narrative. Who had the best story this year? It's Last
This
of
is where-
Us.
Yeah, this is I gave Last of Us this as well.
Like fuck. Maybe I need to go back for game direction and give it to like Hades or
No,
Ghost
it's
because this.
too late. You locked it in.
I have locked in. I'm going with Last of Us again. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, this is where I gave Last of Us a second. Yeah, this is my second Last of Us.
I mean, what else is there to say? It's the biggest game of the year. Critics absolutely loved the story, and it divided fans so much that it's what. I almost want to look up the Metacritic score for just to see what the user one is. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's under like a 60.
So like, I didn't give it to like I didn't give it to like the Final Fantasy remake because while it's just it's not entirely the same story, but it's close enough where I don't think it deviated enough to be like a best narrative. I didn't give it to like Hades because I don't really feel like Hades has like. While I do enjoy all the dialogue in Hades, I don't feel like it has like
Anyway,
an amazing story. I didn't give it to like Ghost, or like 13
Ghost story was
Sentinels.
just okay.
Yeah.
Like
when I like broke everything down, it wasn't even like a hard choice to put Last of Us Part 2 here.
yeah, like it's hard. Like Hades is a really fun game to play. It has an interesting story. The art is beautiful. All those same things to be said about Last of Us, it had so much weight to it, so much gravity. Like, it gave you the feels. None of these other games have the feels. Like, Ghost is it's a good story, don't get me wrong, but it's also generic revenge, get off my land story. Bad guys come in, I have to drive them away from my homeland. There's a bit of weight in the choices you make from becoming like a noble samurai into the Ghost, but nothing even close to the weight of either part. Spoilers for Last of Us Part 2 of either the people you play's story. Because you plays 2 people. So yeah, easily Last of Us Part 2. Now best art direction is next. Or do you have more to say?
Before I give like my pick for this. I originally didn't have Last of Us for any categories when I spent hundreds of hours listening to fucking video essays that I finally got like convinced that it had a lot more weight than I thought it did.
I've been trying to tell him, folks. He doesn't want to listen to me. He has to
But
go
yeah.
listen to other people. But fair enough.
I'm gonna read Best Art Direction, the nominees, and I'm also gonna say mine first because I'm really into this one. This was a fun category to decide.
Alright, it's a good one.
Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Last of Us Part Two. This was very easy for me, but it was fun to just look at everything else. I gave it to Hades because the art in Hades is absolutely beautiful. As someone who doesn't really look at graphics and see stuff, like I prefer just like the drawn beautiful, like it's just great. This is the easiest choice of the entire thing for me.
See, and this I feel is like one of the hardest, and I mean the hardest because I would not be mad if all of them, like any of these, got it. Final Fantasy, as much as I could care less about it, is a gorgeous game. Models are beautiful. Like the world and textures are kind of off, but character models are absolutely fantastic. Ghosts from art direction, like it is one of those beautiful games to come out this year that isn't like quote unquote cartoony. Like the colors that you see in this game are so expansive. You have your just white snow-capped mountains that peel down into a little bit of rocky terrain into lush green forests that roll out into white flowers, fields being blown in the wind, all of which with a beautiful sunrise behind it or in the gorgeous looking rain or lightning. Like the game itself is beautiful. And then on the other half of it, which I haven't got to play yet, but that like little Destiny-esque thing they put out, what is it? Legends? Ghost of Tsushima, I think it's called Legends. Either way, it's like the complete opposite. It's real dark. That's when the demons come in and there's pools of blood, but it's still very colorful. Like so, it has a great direction. Hades, like for all the reasons you said, gorgeous game. But then on the same tip, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is an absolutely beautiful game. Beautiful. The animations are great. It is so super colorful. Ori is so playful. The bosses are scary. Like for what it is, like it's a very pretty game. And then on the technical aspect, when you also want to go in best art direction, because it's not up on here, but it at the end of the actual like game awards thing is also technical achievement in animation. Last of Us Part Two is probably the most real beautiful game ever made, for realistic wise, like realism. Like when you're going for photorealism, that game is fantastic. There are thousands of animations for almost everything. So for me, it is a lot harder than just saying Hades, and I honestly don't know who to give it to. Because if you just go off that little tidbit I just said, it should be Last of Us. But if you go in and just straight up best art, I might
The
have to
thing
give
is,
it to
this is one of the
Ori.
categories where there's no wrong choice.
Yes. The,
Everyone in this category completely excels over like something that there's stuff that's obviously better in like some other categories.
you know what? I'm gonna let you have Hades. I think I'm gonna go Ori, just because, like, for all the reasons we said before, people are picking other things because they don't think it's gonna win here, there, or this. I think this is where Ori gets its nod. I'm gonna go Ori.
If we don't agree on the next one, I'm gonna be like really mad.
Ori, and then you picked Hades.
Hades.
And I'm still real mad that there isn't a goddamn fucking PlayStation version of it yet because
And
fuck a PC.
do you have us both for like Last of Us 2 on Best
Best
Narrative?
Score. Yeah. So far, my list reads Game of the Year, both of us, Tilu 2. Game Direction, Tilu Ghosts. Best Narrative, Tilu. Best Art, Ori. Hades. And now we're on to Best Score.
If you don't like agree with me here,
Best Score in Music, Doom Eternal. Final Fantasy
Yep.
7. Hades. Ori Will of the Wisps. Last of Us Part 2. For
you
me,
don't have to read. Yeah,
personally,
you don't need to read anything. It's Doom.
I would love to give it to Mick Gordon and Doom, but Last of Us has cute. Gustavo, he's really good, and Pearl Jam's nice, but that's not where they excel. It's fantastic music, but no. I don't know much about Ori, but I hear it's real good. Hades has a nice soundtrack, but here's the kicker. Here's the one thing that might kick us both in the balls. Final Fantasy VII. And the nostalgia people have for the original, which is in the game, and then everyone seems to absolutely love the remixes and redux of the classic songs they did for remake, and that might elevate it more than Doom Eternal. But in the same time, you know what? I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Maybe.
I'm like Doom all the way. It's so good.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's absolutely fantastic. But that's a me thing. Critically, people aren't really happy with Doom. They're not like, oh my god, it's the worst game. It's just, oh, it's more Doom. We feel that 16 was a bit better. It's good, but it's just kind of
well,
here.
like, yeah, everyone's like not like big on the game, but no one said anything. The only thing that was negative that was said about the soundtrack was when they like removed Mick Gordon. Like nothing, like it's always 100% positive about the soundtrack, even if you're not like big on the game.
You know what? Fuck the criticals. I'm gonna go Doom 2 because I want it to win. So we're gonna put Doom for best score, and then best audio design. Oop, forgot the U. And for best audio design, sorry, chat, YouTube, and anyone who's listening for those pauses. We have Doom Eternal again, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2. Another
You
toss
want
up.
me to say mine, or you
Go ahead, you can.
Last of Us Part 2.
I want to say it too, but no. That was Resident Evil 2 that had the immaculate sound in Resident Evil 3,
For
which
like
is kind
a
of
simple
okay.
fact, like Last of Us Part 2 has a bunch of small audio details, like if you on a harder difficulty, if you open your inventory, enemies will hear it. Like a bunch of small details like that factor into why I think the audio design in the
Yeah,
game.
and you can hear like the 3D is fantastic. Like you can legit if you put on headphones, you can legitimately pinpoint like if they're up that way or up that way, or if they're below a little bit, or how many there are distinct. Like yeah, damn it, Tilu, why you gotta do this to me? Oh well, there you go for that one. That's super. This one is easy and hard. Best performance. Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby. I'm gonna fuck this name up and I apologize. Daiseku, no, Deus, Daisuke, Siju as Jin Sakai. I'm sorry, sir. I am so sorry. I butchered your name. Logan Cunningham as Hades and Naji Jeter as Miles Morales. And it's either Ellie or Abby. I just don't know which of the two.
I put like Abby.
Yeah, I think it is too. I really
Because,
like Ellie, but the fact that Abby did her job, you want to cut out for like the next few seconds. I'll put like another 10-second pause. Right now, we're getting into Last of Us spoilers. It's just gonna happen. The game came out months ago. Get over it. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The fact that this bitch Abby kills Joel, and I still root for her, makes her performance so much more powerful to me. And everything she went through in this story is a lot harder than what Ellie did. And that's crazy because Ellie went through some crazy ass shit too. But Miss Laura Bailey killed that performance.
The people who actually stuck through the story and actually like didn't stop playing when they got to the Abby part, like the vast majority of people like started sympathizing with Abby a lot more over Ellie, like over 90% type of thing. And I think that
That's
like to have a
powerful.
character everyone loves so much like Ellie and just have people
And have her
just
become the bad
like
guy.
Abby more, yeah.
No, it's crazy to me. So yeah,
I think makes it such a good performance, and that's why I went Abby.
You sold me. You sold me. Sold me on what I was already thinking, but you made me want it even more. Okay, best performance. I'm going to put her name because I got to put some respect on it. Laura Bailey. All right. Games for Impact. I'm just going to shoot blind in the dark. I'm going to be upfront with all of you. I haven't played and barely have heard anything outside of 2 of these games. Games for Impact is If Found, Kentucky, Route Zero, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkness of Times. The only reason I know Tell Me Why is because of Hawaii. And then I've heard a little tiny bit about Spiritfarer. Other than that, I'm shooting in the dark here, so I'm just going to go with whatever he says. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. I'm going to pick Spiritfarer because I know what he's going to pick. And if we keep picking the same shit, no one can actually win. One of us has to lose.
We have some variations already,
but
so.
barely at this point. For Christ's sake, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 things for Last of Us. And then the others are what are split a bit. I have 4 for Last of Us. You only have 3, but still.
So I went for Tell Me Why. As a huge Don't fan, I was really disappointed with Life is Strange 2. And they actually released a new game that actually wasn't that good. However, Tell Me Why, I think, might be my favorite game by them because it tells such a good story. And I'm not going to spoil anything because, like, as it is a game for Impact type of thing, I think you should, like, experience it for yourself. It's just one of the best, if not best, I think, games for Impact of all time.
Very well. All right, on to the next one. And that would be Best Ongoing Game. Nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
I think wait.
What? Did I miss something? Am I missing something?
No. Never mind. I had something... I flipped some stuff around on accident on my list.
Oh, very well.
So for Best Ongoing, I had Call of Duty Warzone.
Ooh. See, I'm in between Fortnite and Destiny. Like Warzone's the new big shiny toy on the block. Apex is very divisive. It's my favorite out of all of these, and I think it's the most fun. But the way they push their content is 1, a bit slow, and 2, a bit egregious when it comes to pricing, that it turns a lot of people off. Like, if the game itself wasn't so fun, I wouldn't play it. I'd probably move over to Warzone. But just for a simple context, like you pay for the battle pass, right? It takes you, like, if you have bad games, quote unquote, it can take you anywhere from like 6 to 10 games to get 1 battle pass level. And we're talking the low end, like from going from 1 to 2 can take you like 5 or 6 games.
And I will say it's the only game on this list that isn't free is No Man's Sky, which is why I didn't pick it.
Yeah, but it's a single-use entry, just like Destiny 2 wasn't free at first either. But honestly,
it is free now.
Yeah, it is. I think it's Fortnite just because of everything they've done. Like, the whole Marvel push almost got me to play it. And it's not even if you're new here. I haven't really spoken about this. I don't fucking like Fortnite. I don't so much mind the gunplay, but the whole building aspect is just annoying to me. I'm too small brain to get it in my head to build walls and shit to actually be good. So I murk people up until it gets to like the last 10. And then it's just the people who can build a mountain in 2 seconds. I'm just standing there like an idiot, like, shoot down the mountain, shoot you. And then they're built a bridge across the map and I die to the storm somehow. Like, I'm a dum-dum. But this season with all the Marvel they push and the whole Galactus thing really almost made me play it, and I've heard nothing but good things about Fortnite all year.
See, I actually didn't pick Fortnite over some reasons like them killing Save the World and stuff like that.
Yeah, but people don't. The mainstream doesn't care about that. We're talking. Remember, it ain't just us. I'm picking for what I think, but mostly I want to think critics will, and
A lot of people loved Save the World. I
yeah,
know, like, critically it wasn't big, but I still feel like Warzone deserves the nod.
well, it deserves it. It's just I don't know. It also is the big new hotness, and everyone's playing it. So this is a hard one. But I think I am going to agree with you. Fortnite's also. I'm pretty sure they won this last year, and they'll probably win it a few more times before they finally die. So I think I'm going to give it to Warzone too, just because it's the new kid on the block, and Activision's going to fuck it up somehow, and it'll probably be dead next year anyway.
I can't wait for Fortnite to win this now because you switched off it.
Probably, and I'll be super pissed. But sometimes you just got to go with it.
I'm okay with losing a category if we both lose the category, so.
All right, yeah. So that's Warzone. So we're going on to best indie, which we have Carrion, Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky, and Spiritfarer. I'm pretty sure we're both gonna say the same thing here.
I have Hades.
Hades. With a very, very close second, because critically, as far as I'm aware, I think this actually scored higher. Spelunky 2 might take it. But I'm still going to call
I had
Hades.
something else as my secondary. I had Carrion as my close to Hades.
No. IGN. Yeah, Spelunky. At 10. Pretty sure Kotaku. It has quite a few 10s. Whereas in Carrion's a nice, 7 to 8 range.
Like, as someone who's a big fan of, the Thing.
Yeah.
And as someone who loves playing the villain in games when given the option. The fact that you can do both and Carrion, I guess that also applies to Among Us, technically. But, Carrion's actually fun. It's just really nice. Carrion is just a really refreshing indie game, and obviously it didn't blow up as much as Hades, and I do have Carrion as winning something else later down, but I went for Hades. But I do see the Spelunky 2 argument. It is also a really good game, but I feel like Carrion's just also as original as Hades, while Spelunky 2 is, Spelunky 2.
Yeah, Spelunky. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hades is going to take it. Do I even have to read Best Mobile Game, or are we just going to agree on what it is and hate it, nonetheless?
I don't know if we will agree, to be honest.
Among Us, Call of Duty, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, Pokemon Cafe Mix. It's Among Us.
I have Weeb of the Wild.
I know you do. I knew you were going to say that, but come on. This is the only other place Among Us is at. They got to give it something. The game's huge. It's too big not to walk away with something. And as cool and as funny and as much people are loving Genshin Impact, it is nowhere close to being Among Us.
No, Among Us is in a different category, and I gave it that.
Yes, I know it's in a different category, but I don't think it...
This is where I think Genshin gets it.
Let me see. Hold on. Where is the next one? What else is it in? Best multiplayer? No way.
But I'm giving it to Genshin. I feel like Genshin is another one of the seasonal games. I feel like it's also big enough where it's justifiable. So many people love Genshin because it looks nice. It has waifu bait. It has really nice fighting mechanics. It's like an actual fucking game. They actually made a gacha game that's an actual fucking game.
They did. and it went up against Among Us, and it is going to lose. For sure. Because there's no way Among Us are going to get best multiplayer.
I never actually heard of like Pokemon Cafe Mix until I was researching this shit.
Oh,
so.
I have, and I've heard nothing but bad things. Bad things. No, that's just something they threw in to give a little more rounding out of the category.
So they could have a fifth option there.
Yeah.
They should have just put like Fire Emblem Heroes in there because that's at least a semi-decent mobile game.
Yeah. Poor Pokemon. Best community support. We have Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Valorant. When it comes to listening to the people's wants and needs and delivering, I think above everybody, I think Bungie does it the best, especially within the last year, and I think I'm going to give this to D2 with a close second. I wouldn't even say a close second. I think the only other people who would take it is No Man's Sky, just because of the complete turnaround.
My pick, I have No Man's Sky.
Very well.
Because the story of No Man's Sky is so fascinating on how they under-delivered so hard, but they came back and not only gave the game that was originally promised, they gave so much more. And I think they continue to do so. And I think for that, it deserves like best community support.
Very well. I have you down for No Man's Sky. I still think Destiny has it, but that one's pretty simple.
But have you been keeping up with everything like Warzone, Hades, Genshin?
What? Oh
like,
yeah, I have literally everything down. Yeah, everything.
Just making sure.
And I'm pretty sure we're both gonna just say it from what we've heard.
Best VR is Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah. Just so everyone has context, best VR category nominees are Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. It's Half-Life VR. Or Half-Life Alyx.
Star Wars Squadrons, a lot of people say it was fun, but like Half-Life Alyx is fucking Half-Life Alyx. So.
Half-Life Alyx is one. If this would have been just its own game, it would probably be in contention for Game of the Year. The fact that they forced it onto their index, they're at least going to get best VR. So there's that innovation in. I gotta look at this to spell it. ACCESSIBIY. Accessibility. Yay! Innovation and accessibility. We have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot, Last of Us Part 2, Watch Dogs Legion, It's Easy, Tilu.
I also have Last of Us Part 2.
Of course you do. Made people literally cry about how good and how innovative they were with it, so. Good for them. Another category down for Naughty Dog. Killing the game. Who would have thought? I just didn't say it as soon as I started up the game, got halfway through and said, oh yeah, this is the game of the year. So many good things. Best action. Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, Streets of Rage.
I put Boomer Eternal.
Really?
Yeah.
Best action gave to Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Over like Neo 2, I'm not very high on. I don't want to give to Half-Life Alyx right after, best VR, because I feel like that's like just the category for it. I don't think Hades is necessarily the best like action game, and then there's just Streets of Rage 4. So I kind of just like out of process of elimination, I just Doom Eternal'd it into my head.
Fair enough. I picked Hades. I think Doom's only chance of walking away with an award this year is for the music. Because in everyone's head, for the most part, is, oh yeah, Doom Eternal came out this year? Wasn't it kind of just like Worst Doom 2016, right? Basically. They had a whole bunch more garbage systems and that one enemy that breaks the entire fucking flow of the game. Oh yeah, I remember that. Fuck that game. Yo, let's go play Hades for 20 minutes and have a blast.
Okay, so for best action game, I have Doom 3.
Oh, okay. Very well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Hades. So we're gonna move right on over. He has Doom. I have Hades. Best action adventure, which reads as Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori Will of the Wisp, Jedi Fallen Order, Last of Us Part 2. Poor Fallen Order. Oh, how they fucked you.
I really wanted to give it to Fallen Order, but then I wrote down Spider-Man Miles Morales for like recency bias. Because like Fallen Order came out at the start of the year, and then like everyone's already so big on like Miles Morales.
See, that's the bad part. It didn't even come out in the start of the year. Fallen Order came out last December. It's a year old. It just came out before or right at the cutoff of the last year's Game Awards, so they had to throw it in here. And that's why I said poor Fallen Order got fucked. And this is a very hard one.
I wanted to give it to Fallen Order so bad, but I couldn't.
No. And honestly, they're not going to give it to Last of Us because even though it is an action adventure, it's getting too much else everywhere else, so it's not going to get it here. Recency bias, sure, but at the same time, people are just going to say it's more Spider-Man, which isn't a bad thing, and it's also very short. I think money per dollar and how praise is, I think this is another one that Ghost, and actually I think my first pick for Ghost wins, because let's just say it here, Valhalla is the best Assassin's Creed, except for the fact that Ghost of Tsushima is the best Assassin's Creed.
Black Flag is the best Assassin's Creed.
Well, I mean, just technically, and for what most people say, it's getting better and better. Yeah, I'm just saying, if you want to get super technical, Ghost of Tsushima is the best Assassin's Creed ever made, and that's why it's gonna win Best Action Adventure. But you say Spider-Man?
Yeah, I had Spider-Man.
Okay, Ghost.
I'm not changing on that. I think Spider, because like Miles Morales has like less nominations than I thought it would, and with like. I think Laura Bailey as Abby pulling like so far away with like the voice actor, I think it's good enough to like get given the best action adventure.
I can see it, but Ghost hasn't had enough, and Spider-Man is just really 1.5, and I think that's what's going to pull it down from not getting it. Whereas in Ghost of Tsushima is a brand new IP, and it's so beloved, and it's so colorful, and it's so fun. And Legends came out, and it's a blast, and so I think I'm going to have to give it to Ghost. But if Spider-Man wins, I can also see that. We're probably both wrong, and there's probably something else that they'll give to Last of Us. Even I'm getting tired of freaking seeing that thing on the goddamn list. Next is Best Role-Playing Game. We have Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
My heart says Wasteland 3, but my head says Persona 5 Royal. So I went with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
And that is where I think we agree. Old game is old, even though it is new and better than ever, which can be said about both of those. But Persona 5 is a lot more recent, and people have been waiting forever. And at this point, even for both of us, this would be the first and probably only place Final Fantasy VII actually wins an award. Like, Royal is fantastic, and it's highly beloved, and I want to say it, but I really think this is where they'll give it to Final Fantasy VII.
When I first made my list, like my rough draft, I had Final Fantasy around a lot more. Obviously, like you said, it could get like the score and music.
It could, for sure.
So, like, I loved Wasteland 3. I loved it so much. I loved the remake for like the cross-dressing cloud shit. It's genuinely a good game. when I stop using that joke. Persona 5 Royale is just, like you said,
It's
what you said
fantastic.
was the highest game of the year.
That game is so fucking good. So good. So much better than the original, which is high praise because the original was fantastic. So,
But while my head says Royale, it is basically just Persona 5, which I think
for the most
won
part.
last year. So I wanted to go with the remake.
Yeah, I think this is where it's only and or one of two going to win. I think they're going to give it to him just because everything we just said. So, moving on then. We both agree. It's Final Fantasy VII. Best fighting. We got Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition, Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. Oh my god, this is an embarrassment. One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, and Under Night In Birth EX Layer Clear.
More like One Punch Man, a game nobody knows.
It's because it was fucking trash. So bad. Another one of
I
those
have
wannabe.
MK11.
Yeah, I have MK11 too. Yeah.
Which is bad, because I don't think MK11 was like that good.
There's a category. I mean, I like Mortal Kombat 11, especially over everything in here, but still.
I don't think this is like really a good year for fighting games, because what, last year that's when we got
Mortal
Fighter
Kombat
Z.
11. No, Fighter Z
Or
was
2 years
18.
ago.
Yeah, Fighter Z was 18.
What was like really big last year?
Smash
I don't
Bros.
care. But-
Smash Bros. 1. Smash Bros. Ultimate came out last year.
Oh yeah.
Over
But, yeah,
MK11. That's why MK11 is definitely getting it this year. Because
But
it got
yeah,
snuffed
I'll
last.
throw like MK11 in there because I think like it's probably best.
Alright. We need to start fucking, doing other things, man. Holy fuck, there's still so many more.
You could say One Punch Man and we could differentiate.
Fuck no, I would put that. No, I would. No. No. No, thank you. Best family. Bam. Reads as Animal Crossing New Horizon, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, Paper Mario, The Origami King. It's Animal Crossing. This is where Animal Crossing wins.
Yeah, so like Mario Kart Live Home Circuit looks fun. Fall Guys is really big, one of the really big seasonal things. Crash Bandicoot is a Crash Bandicoot game, and I've heard like mostly negative things about Minecraft Dungeons and Origami King.
Yeah, and Animal Crossing
So
was a
I
movement.
gave it to Animal Crossing.
Just for the sheer fact of it was impossible to find. I legitimately had to search every. It wasn't even like GameStop was empty. Like Myers, there's a store around me. Myers didn't have it. Target didn't have it. Walmart didn't have it. Fucking any place that sells games did not have it for like months. Like this also, it's like the pandemic game. Like the pandemic spread around the world. This game dropped and everyone lost their shit. I have nothing to do. Let me go outside in virtual reality and just see these cute animals and make this cool little cute chair and hunt bugs and fish and cut down trees. It was a movement there for like a solid 2 months. You couldn't go on YouTube if you're a gamer and not see something about New Horizons, whether it was an exploit to get money or someone's beautiful like 9,200 hour island that looks like a fucking super luxurious fucking island getaway, and the game was a movement.
Fun Animal Crossing New Horizons fact: I bought the game twice. I bought the game twice and I haven't played it once.
Fun fact: all that hunting I did, I played it for like a weekend. Realized I had to do a whole bunch of extra crap I didn't want to be able to terraform my island, and just haven't gone back because I don't want to wake up early on a Sunday, nor do I keep feeling like changing my clock constantly just to exploit bullshit. So, well, this is where it's gonna win, hands down, easy breezy. Moving on. Best sim strategy game. We have Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator, because apparently they had to throw that somewhere, and XCOM Chimera Squad. What do you got on this one?
So, like, I wanted to put Microsoft Flight Simulator so fucking bad. I really did. But, like, it's just a flight simulator, and while, like, it is, like, fun, I wouldn't even call it a game, to be honest. Uh, XCOM Chimera Squad was kind of mixed. Gears Tactics I heard, like, good things about it. Desperados 3, I don't really know a lot about it. I went for Crusaders King 3 because Crusader Kings 3 is one of those grand strategy games. And if you know anything about grand strategy, they're not grand or strategic at all. They're fucking ridiculous. It's like just there's I don't know how to explain it. You can't understand like a Crusaders Kings game unless you played Crusaders King. It's a bunch of you basically you're playing a simulation game while you wait for a bunch of stupid shit to happen,
Fair
and it's
enough.
fucking beautiful. I take issue with Paradox because every time they release the game, they drop like $500 worth of like meaningless DLCs. But Crusader Kings 3 as a game is probably the best one on the list.
Very well. I put that under for you. I got Flight Simulator. It, I think Crusader Kings is a little bit under it or over it from what I've heard, but it is super high up there in like people's minds about an actual simulated game. Like Flight Simulator has like I keep saying I'm not going to look it up, so I'm not, but I'm pretty sure it has above a 90. Like it's gotten tens and like nines from like everybody. Like you said you really want to go that route. I really think you should because it's a lot higher rated by the critical. It's a critical darling.
91 out of 100 Metacritic, 910 game, 1010 IGN, 89 100 PC Gamer, 95 100 VentureBeat. However, can you eat the Pope?
No, but you can fly over the Vatican and see them in stunning detail.
Crash into the Vatican.
Probably no, they'd probably shoot you down. I don't think they'd let you do it. Who knows? But yeah, so there's look, we got different tastes right there. We'll see. We'll see, won't we? Who's gonna eat crow? Both of us when Desperados 3 somehow takes it. Best sports racing game. We got Dirt 5, FIFA 2020, NBA 2K21. Oh, I'm sorry.
F1 2020, it's the
That is
fucking F1
definitely
racing the
F1
stars.
2020, and then NBA 2K21, then FIFA 21, and then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
This is literally the easiest choice on the entire list. It's fucking Tony Hawk. It's the
It's
only
usually Tony
game on
Hawk.
that. It's the only game on the list that's actually good.
Yep.
There hasn't been a good 2K game since like ever. There hasn't been a good FIFA game since like ever.
The only one I could think
Any
might take it is Dirt 5. I've heard good things about Dirt 5, but I'm still going to go with Tony Hawk.
It's
I
the
agree
only
with you.
option.
I agree with you. It's the best one out of here, but I won't let you throw mud onto Dirt 5's face. Dad jokes. Oh, I love it. Gotta love it. But no, I agree with you. I think Tony Hawk's gonna take it. Best multiplayer. Best multiplayer. This is where I think they finally acknowledged that it was also a movement, even if it was super duper short. But it's family fun. I'm gonna go Fall Guys.
Yeah, out of like New Horizons, Warzone, Fall Guys, Valorant, and Among Us, I went for Among Us because not only this Among Us is still huge. Like Fall Guys died off, Among Us is still popping off somehow,
Yeah.
and I think that should be counted for because like if I just go on the Twitch right now, like Among Us, 17K, but Fall Guys is like 2.5K.
Yeah. But I also think of it like what do you actually have more fun with your friends playing? Like Among Us is cute and like Who's a Liar, but like Fall Guys is like a little more interaction, like true interaction. Like the multiplayerness of it is actually more fun in the doing instead of Among Us. Among Us is more fun of who's lying, that like detective back and forth, that cat mouse of
Well, like
mm,
Among Us is basically you sitting down around a table with a bunch of your friends and playing like a board game type of game,
yeah, you're yelling at them. Whereas in Fall Guys, is me grabbing a whole bunch of people and throwing them off a map like an
which I
asshole.
think can be just a lot more fun. I think I I don't really enjoy Among Us that much because I'm not really into just like the lying shit. However, I have played it. I did enjoy playing it because I was playing with people I'm friends with, but I wouldn't play it like with randoms. However, Fall Guys is, one battle royale you can play it by yourself. It has that factor, but I'm not like a real big competitive person, so in my eyes, I didn't give it. I give it to Among Us because it's just a fun game, like just anyone can play,
Very
like no
well.
matter what you like.
I definitely get it, and I'm probably going to lose that category, but I want to give Fall Guys some love, and I think some other people might also. Here's where I think we discussed earlier. Best debut game: Carrion, Mortal Shell, Raji, and Ancient Epic, Roki, and Phasmophobia. Out of these, I think I'm gonna go Carrion. I
Yeah, I
think
also
it's
want
the
to
one I
carry
heard
in
the
for
most
like the
about.
same reason I almost gave it indie.
Yeah, it's definitely the one I've heard the most about. Mortal Shell is a Demon Souls clone with a little twist. Uh, I don't know real Raj. I haven't heard anything about Raji and Epic or Roki, so I've actually heard of Carrion like quite a bit. It's also Devolver, and then Phasmophobia is a VR scary game, which I
You don't have to play it in VR though.
oh I did not know that. Every time I see it, it's always people playing in VR. So that's a good little
Mughals
nod.
playing it right now.
Oh, awesome! But I still think it's gonna be Carrion, easy breezy. So
We can chill that out. Follow Twitch
oh yeah,
TV dot Moogle Chrome
do it.
for my wonderful roommate.
Do it right now. Go. If you're listening on podcast services, pull your car over. Go to Twitch. If you don't have Twitch, download it. Find this person. Do it. Moogle _ Chrome.
But yeah,
Moogle, not Google. M with an M.
but yeah.
Like the little.
Carrion's just the one I know the most about. It's the one I enjoyed. While I do think Phasmophobia might have a chance to win because it has like that appeal of like the Slenderman or the Amnesia
Yeah.
type things that were big.
And it also has the whole you can play with friends also.
Yeah.
It's a biggie, but I think I'm going to go Carrion. Moving on, we'll go into Content Creator of the Year. We have
This was
Alana.
I think this one is really hard for me because I don't know who any of these people are.
Really? Well,
I didn't know a single name.
Alana Pierce, J.N. Lopez, Nick Merckx, Kolchief, Tim the Tap Man, and Rachel Valkyrie Hofstetter. I don't know three of these, sadly. I've heard that they're all wonderful people, like throughout me trying to listen to learn a bit of it, but I do know who Alana Pierce is, and I also know who Tim the Tap Man is.
I went for Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah, I would very much like Alana Pierce to do it. She's very helpful in the gaming community, does a lot of charity streams. She's just a fun personality, and her Twitter name and username for most things is absolutely fucking fantastic. I wish my name could fit well into any of these. It doesn't even like fit well, but it still just rolls off the tongue so cool. If you didn't know, her Twitter handle and most of her gamer tags is Charlanazard. And that is so awesome. And she's also a great personality. She's fun to listen to. She's on quite a few podcasts that I frequent myself. But Tim the Tap Man is so huge on just a different level. Like, everybody, you can't, if you've been on Twitch, you know who Tim the Tap Man is. You know, Alana was at IGN, and then she did something kind of funny. She's now working at Sony Santa Monica. I know her, and like a little bit of the circle I run with know her. Whereas in Tim the Tap Man hops on, like I love her, right? When she goes on Twitch, she averages. I think the last time I was on her, she had like 1,100, maybe a bit more watching her. It might even have been 25. It doesn't fucking matter because Tim has in the tens of thousands watching him at any given time, most of the time. And I didn't know this, but apparently he had a big thing with Fall Guys, and that blew him up and Fall Guys up, like they were blowing each other up. So I don't know if it was a good or bad
Remember
thing.
when you
but
could get a name like Ninja on the list, and you knew who was winning like right away?
Yeah. So sadly, I want Alana Pierce to win, but I think it's going to be Tim the Tap Man.
Just go with Alana. We need more differing stuff.
You know what? I want her to win, so I'm going to will it into existence. I'm going to say Alana Pierce, because I really do hope she wins. And you have... I'm just going to put Tap Man. Most anticipated game. This is the last one because the one after that is Player's Choice, which has already been announced. Congratulations, Sucker Punch, you crazy bastards! You did it. You beat Last of Us. That's something. Ghost of Tsushima is your Player's Choice Award game of the year for 2020. But kick it back. Most anticipated game of Elden Ring, God of War sequel, which I don't know why they have sequel. They've named it Ragnarok. Halo Infinite, Horizon Forbidden West. Excuse me. Resident Evil Village, Breath of the Wild sequel, God of War.
So I can just break this down. Village, is really fun, but it's gonna be a first-person one. Not everyone likes that. Halo Infinite, I keep seeing like key members of the production leave, and that usually like takes anticipation away.
And I just seen today on Twitter, they just announced their new release date, like window that they're trying to hit, of fall of 2021. Remember, this game was supposed to come out last month. Just saying. It's not looking good.
Then there's Elden Ring, which
FromSoft.
Is the underdog choice, which could win, because like a lot of people like the From Software type stuff. Horizon Forbidden West is up there. A lot of people liked Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Or Horizon, whatever the game was called. I did go for the God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's definitely Ragnarok. Well, the close being Breath of the Wild 2, whatever it's called. Yeah. But it's definitely going to be God of War. Speaking of which, rolling right into the next little part. Going to keep this quick because it's getting a bit late. I think we're going to get... You don't have to, because I know I threw this on you and forgot to talk to you about it pre-show. So if you don't have anything, that's fine. This isn't for points. I'm just going to spit some things out, though. Something I would like to see and things I think might actually happen. I'm fully expecting to get an actual release date for Ratchet and Clank. Another trailer and release window. No, I don't think Sony's going to bang that hard. So I think Ratchet and Clank's going to get a nice little trailer and a release date, like a February 27th, 2021. I think we'll get another trailer for Breath of the Wild sequel because the first one we got was Game Awards 2 years ago, or was that last year? I think it was 2 years ago. Kratos got announced for Fortnite, so I think Nintendo will get their character onto Fortnite, and same for Xbox. I think Chief will be in the game at some point, and I think it'll be Samus from the Nintendo side.
So, Game Awards... They're saying like 12 to 15 brand new game announcements in general, like new. So I don't even know what to expect. I'd hope they have new information on every like game on the anticipated list. Is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I would assume. Maybe. Like, Resident Evil Village can't be that far out. They've been working on that for a while now. Elden Ring, I'm very much expecting a new trailer of. I'm thinking gameplay finally. Like, it's been a while
Yeah,
for FromSoft.
yeah.
They need to put something out to get this back into people's mind.
I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. I am like less of what I think will be shown. I'm more looking forward to just the new stuff in general
Yeah, that'd be
because
fun. Ooh, I would really much like to see. Oh no, we know what Ninja Theory is working on. They're doing Hellblade 2. I'd like to see what Xbox has on the pipe. Like I'm a if you're new here, I'm a Sony pony. If you're been here for a while, you know I'm the Sony pony. I like my Sony console over Xbox for the sheer fact of they just have the games I like to play. But I'm tired of being able to make that statement. Like, you're limping along on X Pass. What are you really playing that I can't? You know, like, they need more than Halo and fucking Gears. And with all those acquisitions of all those studios, I can't wait to see what they do. I want Xbox to pull me in because I'm part of the ecosystem. I might not have a Series X, but I do have an Xbox One S. And I can still play all those games. I have a computer that could probably run most of them too if I really wanted to. And I would like to be inclined to use these things instead of just relying on my PlayStation. Like, I have an Xbox that my wife yells at me all the time about. Hey, why the fuck did you buy this big ass paperweight? And I'd be like, well, they were gonna put games out I like, and then they all got canceled, and then Halo was bad. So, come on, Phil Spencer, give me the good shit. And for the love of God, I would like my head would explode if they were like, you know what, we've heard everyone's praise. Scalebound's back, baby. 2021. Oh my God, it's literally why I bought my Xbox. When I
okay,
convinced my wife
here
to
are my
get it.
predictions. Capcom comes out. Onimusha Dawn of Dreams remastered. The Tenchu collection.
All the games you like that are old to be brought back.
More Tony Hawk.
I see. Well, if that's the way, I would very much enjoy a Bloody Roar 5.
I mean, out of everything I said, more Tony Hawk probably the most reasonable, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. They could have easily. You know what? That could be a crazy thing. Like, they just dropped. We just seen the resurgence. I know it had a more recent game than Onimusha, but they could make a new Onimusha. They really could. With the success of Devil May Cry. I know you don't want.
I think the problem with Onimusha is that, like, I wouldn't even know what to expect from a new one, because you have, like, the Ghost Tsushima out, which has the samurai style, and you have, like, the Devil May Cry fighting systems. So
exactly, and then
I
you
don't even know
merge
what they
them.
exactly do.
You merge them, an open world. Well, maybe like a pseudo open world samurai game that plays as crazy as Devil May Cry. Could you imagine if Jin Sakai had a wind and fire demon sword and just like was fucking Beyblading around fucking Tsushima? Just we will get that.
Even with, like, Devil May Cry, I think my favorite fighting system from Capcom recently has been Monster Hunter. So, like, I hope we get some more information on Monster Hunter Rise, maybe?
Probably, but they just had a direct not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken, giving us a lot more on that. Or maybe not a...
I don't pay attention to that shit. I just...
Yeah, Rise is looking cool. I'd like to hear... with Rise coming up, I doubt we'd hear anything more about Monster Hunter's like future, like Monster Hunter World 2.
I think the Iceborne, the last thing it's getting is that movie tie-in.
Yeah, that's it. No, there's no more monsters. What, Fatalis? Yeah, Ultron was before him. Yeah, Fatalis is the last monster to be added into the game. They've already said that, so I'm only assuming and hoping that means they're now working on...
Rise full-time?
No, I hope they're working on World 2 and a separate team's working on Rise, because I'm not going to get Rise. Looks like trash, and the Switch is slow. It looks fun. Don't get me wrong. If you're excited for Rise, I'm not trying to take nothing away from you. It's just I prefer to play World. Um, I my Switch is it drifts, and I only play the things I have to play on it, like my Mario's and my Zeldas. But a new Monster Hunter, I'll just there's like 6 monsters in World I
I
haven't
think
fought yet.
Nintendo needs something big more than fucking Xbox.
No, they don't. That's almost a reveal we
No,
can
because
all lay on.
Nintendo needs to get like the bad press off them after like shutting down the Etika Joy Cons.
Oh, the Etika Joy Cons, the Smash controversy. Did you hear they canceled a Splatoon tournament because the teams could name themselves, and a few of them were like free melee 4-1-1, and then the next one was free melee 4-1-2. They canceled the live stream of the entire tournament. They were
Yeah, this is
that
why
petty.
I think Nintendo needs something because they need like some press to distract it.
Yeah, but they don't have
Like,
shit.
like remember during the whole Overwatch loot box controversy, they said Soldier 76 was gay.
No, I missed that. I did not hear that. That's crazy.
Yeah, when they're getting like targeted for loot boxes, they were like, "Oh yeah, Soldier 76 is gay."
I mean, so is Dumbledore. Who cares? You're still bastards for this loot
Yeah,
box bullshit.
I think they need to try to get themselves some positive
I
press.
think
Though
the
like
only
everyone
thing,
knows they're dickheads
yeah, I think the only
fully at
thing
this
they
point.
have up their sleeve is uh, Legend of Zelda. The only three things that are going to help them are the new Legend of Zelda trailer, some kind of information about Metroid Prime 4, and then the most likely and almost guaranteed thing that's going to happen is the next Smash character to drop. Whoever that might be. Because who was the last one?
I think last one was Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft Steve. So, I mean,
It could be
not big for
fucking
me.
anyone at this
He's
point.
huge for the game. I don't give a shit. But, you know, that's really about it for the Nintendo side of things that people are like clamoring for information for. Pokemon just came out not too long ago. They might say something about the Diamond and Pearl remakes if they're making them. Um, Mario. I mean, unless they really just like pull magic out of their ass and have Mario Odyssey 2 just waiting in the wings, like there ain't much else that's gonna get them in good graces right now. You know
I
what?
do hope that I do hope there's like a new Naughty Dog IP announced.
That'd be cool. Excuse me, but
Like with like 12 to 15 new games expected to be announced, I'd hope there'd be a Naughty Dog one in there,
yeah, I could
even if it's
definitely.
just like a concept.
A concept with a name would be cool just for the sheer fact like people are already giving Sony shit like, hey, that's cool. We know everything that's going on right now,
I
but we
I
need to
expect
know what's coming next year, like 2022, because their lineup is strictly for this year. Now people are like, all right, we just bought this big ass new fancy box, and you're giving us shit this year. Cool. What's my next timeline
for like
looking like?
Microsoft, I expect something from Bethesda, obviously.
Yeah. So they got to say something about
Yeah,
Elder Scrolls or Stargate or whatever that
yeah.
jazz is.
And I expect something from Obsidian as well. Like more information, probably more DLC for their one game.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully, we'll know all this information in just a few hours. Quite as usual, it's always been a pleasure. Usually and as always, a pleasure discussing and debating with you. We'll have to get together again and figure out what we're betting on, preferably before we know who wins. Before it's like, oh, yep, I won by a landslide. I will like 100 pizzas. Or oh shit, I lost. I will send you $1 through PayPal.
I
But
mean,
no,
I'd be down to keep it for like somewhere around like $20 or something like that.
yeah,
Whether it be like some a pizza or just like a $20 like gift card or something.
well, we'll definitely go through that and figure that out. Um, but thank you for joining us. You have anything you'd like to predict or tell us are wrong or dummies or whatever? Please leave a comment down below. If you're on YouTube, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe there and anywhere else that you can. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter. You can find me at Dad of War. You can also find me on Twitch, streaming most nights at twitch.tv/dadofwar, including tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. EST here for the Game Awards. Kawhi, will you be joining me for that, or you just go watch on your own?
What time does it starts at like 4 for you?
Starts at 7 for me. It starts 4 on the East Coast.
Okay, so if it starts 7 for you, that's like 5 for me. So yeah, I think I'll be able to join you if you want to like do that.
All right, that sounds like fun. Where can they find you at?
Twitch.tv. Quiet Boy Girl on Twitch. I don't remember the formatting. I'm just a little too tired.
Twitch.tv/QuaiBoyGirl.
I've been sleeping that well, and like all the research I did for this list has melted my brain.
Oh, I feel that. I did no research, and my brain is melted. So, we're going to go get some sleep, and I hope you all have a wonderful morning, day, night, wherever and whatever time it is for you in the world. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.